We've looked at having a single well model and two different ways of completing the well. Let's look at where we might want to put in an injection system to maintain the pressure for this well. First, let's save our file with Save As so we don't wipe out our previous runs, and let's save this as 9SPT PAT. We're going to build a 9-spot pattern. Now we'll change our single well model to a 9-spot pattern by just selecting the 9-spot option. We'll keep the 160-acre spacing, just assuming we're infill drilling to create our 9-spot. That means we'll have 3 times more wells. Now, when we look at the well description, we find that Merlin has set up a full 9-spot pattern with an injector in the center. It has assumed the same type of wells we had earlier with the same constraints on the outside of the model. We could change these if we wanted to. We do need to define the injector in the center. We'll keep this as a pressure specified water injector and specify a pressure of 4,000 psi. Remembering that the initial pressure of our reservoir was 4,000 psi. In other words, we're just going to try to maintain the pressure in our reservoir. We will inject into all of the layers. So we'll have completions into all of our zones. Calculate our PI. And save this data. Now we'll try to run our model. Once again, we see the model running. Actually, when the model is running with our capture program running, it's actually running about 50% slower than normal. So it would be running faster than this if it were running without the capture program to create the demo. The program is finished. It's out to 1,825 days. So now let's look at the results. We'll look at field summary again. Our current run is shown in blue, and the first single well model we built is shown in green. We see that we are producing very much more oil by performing our injection. We are having to handle quite a bit of water as a result, however. We might want to look, in this case, at our gas oil and water oil ratios. And we see that our water oil ratio has gone above where it was before, and we're getting up to a level of 8. If this is still acceptable for the type of well that you've got and the type of production scheme you have, this is still a viable option. And once again, that is all it takes to evaluate a different pattern.